Hello and welcome, Reds. Thank you very much for tuning in for our instant match reaction. Liverpool 4-0 winners against Mikel Arteta's Arsenal. He was fuming. Arsenal were terrible today, but the Reds were absolutely bossing it in every aspect of the game. But I'm joined on tonight's show by Doug from the Dugout Football channel. Thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Absolute pleasure. Yes, absolutely buzzing after that. 4-0. I mean, we've obviously had a couple of 3-1s. We've obviously had the 5-1. And I mean, we obviously had a 4-0, I think, back in 2017? It was probably Mo Salah's first season. So yeah, I think it's nice to have another 4-0.
Yeah, now as you can see here, Reds, we'll be discussing about the goals, what we liked, and most importantly, what you use at home, who stood out for you. Obviously, Helen's in the chat. Everyone, if you are watching this live or watching this on the repeat, make sure you get your thoughts in. We will be reading out every single one of them. But Reds, fantastic. We are within 4 points behind Chelsea. Most importantly, they absolutely battered Leicester City earlier on in the day. So the pressure, yet again, for another weekend was thrust upon this Liverpool side. And this week we did react in the right way. We got all 3 points. Obviously, Arsenal is, when you're playing against them, it's a lot more easier to play your style of football. Obviously, West Ham obviously looked at Liverpool's weaknesses on set pieces and corners, but it was a completely different game than the Brighton game, especially in that second half. Doug won it.
Yeah.
This probably was the game that we looked at and said, really, we should be getting all 3 points. But did Arsenal, obviously, in the first half, they started very well, frustrated Liverpool in the first 15 to 20 minutes, didn't they?
Yeah, Aaron Ramsdale. It was basically Liverpool against Aaron Ramsdale show, wasn't it? It was, like how many saves did he make today? I mean, it was a very, very good, very, very good from him today. Look, he's a top keeper as Ramsdale. Anyway, but yeah, that first, I mean, there wasn't too much between the two sides in the first 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, we obviously said on my one, obviously it did take one particular incident, which I'm pretty sure we'll come on to spur the crowd on.
Yeah, teasers up there. Yeah, go ahead, Joe. Carry on.
Yeah. Mikel Arteta. I mean, obviously, Jurgen Klopp versus Mikel Arteta the sequel coming to a boxing ring near you, is pretty much to say that. But no, absolutely, it was a dominant performance after that as well. I was actually quite surprised how I think Arsenal played into our hands. Actually, this was the kind of game that I was actually feeling that we could actually get at them and. They've not really played anybody in that big run that they've had. Like I think it's eight wins out of the last 10 games. They've not really played any. They've played the Burnleys, they played the Norwiches, Leeds. Spurs is probably the only big team that they've obviously played in that lot. So I felt that hello Gary. I felt that today that was the day where we get something.
Yeah, no, said there, and you mentioned there, mate. It was shades. I think Arteta today, Reg, was challenging us in a fat Frank on the touchline, trying to have a scrap with Jurgen, but we know we would come out on top, wouldn't we? But as Doug's spot on there, and Red's most importantly, this played into Liverpool's hands. It was almost suicide from Arteta, really, because he was basically, he G'd up the whole stadium, not just in the stadium, but all the Reds around the world. Our backs were up. Most importantly, the worst crowd to get the crowd on the seat or riled up is the Liverpool fans, because we will back our lads from tenfold, and the players that as soon as that instant did occur there, Doug, didn't it? And everyone at home, the performance level shot up, really, as we said. 15-20 minute period was difficult. That's not a very good side, but it's just early game nerves, really. But spot on there. Ramsdale very much kept the scoreline low, very, very much so. For me, he's a goalkeeper that dives too much. You look at Alisson when he does make his saves, it's very rare that he goes to the ground. But for me, Ramsdale, he's a classic Sky Sports camera goalkeeper. He dives through, he flaps at absolutely everything and everything, really. Even if something flew out 20 yards from goal, it'd still dive for the cameras. So, and obviously, as a certain manager for Sheffield United, did come out a couple of weeks ago and said if he played as well as he did for Arsenal in recent weeks, he might actually be still in the job. So Ramsdale, he's been brought down a couple of pegs this weekend because I think he's been Superman for the last couple of weeks, but he's got a long way to go to really reach the height of a top-class goalkeeper. But yeah, great to see you, mate. But we'll start off, as Gary said there, great win. Klopp should have sparked Arteta. I think it was very much close to Gary. Arsenal should support back down with, I held
100%.
Liverpool must sign in January. Gary, we'll talk about transfers in January, Gary, but the game at hand, Doug, as we've seen here from this freeze frame, most importantly, the first goal come from a tremendous delivery yet again. We weren't out of superlatives really to describe Trent really, but your thoughts on Trent's performance today, and everyone at home, let me know your thoughts on Trent.
Phenomenal. I thought he was excellent today. I mean, I know Reece James had a very good game for Chelsea, and I know Chelsea fans are, coming with their, come outside Trent, like see what you can do. Well, Trent's just answered that with 2 very good assists today. I thought he was excellent, Trent, and I was surprised how little Arsenal actually attacked down our right-hand side, because everyone's seen that the right-hand side of our defence is definitely a weak point, you'd have to say, with obviously, Matip and Trent there. But, phenomenal. I thought he was very, very good today. And, there were a lot of picks for man of the match. He's probably one of them. Along with a couple of others, but great delivery. I mean, I don't. If Mane doesn't get to that, then I think Matip's probably heading that into the back of the net. And if Mane misses it as well, Van Dijk was there. I think Thiago was there.
Yeah, were you surprised that Arsenal, and everyone in chat, let me know, that Arsenal defender was such a high line, especially given Trent's ability on the ball on a dead set piece.
Yeah, I mean, Tomiyasu completely loses Mane. I think it says man, isn't it?
Look how high that line is on the edge of the box. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean the defender by Gabriel and Ben White is really, really poor anyway. It allows Mane to get to the header anyway. I do think Ramsdale should do better because it is coming at him, and he does flick like a left hand to it, and obviously it does go into the back of the net as well. But no, from our point of view, very good set piece, and we seem to be. I know we are vulnerable, from set pieces, etc. But we do seem to be scoring our fair share of them, which is very good to see.
It's what happens when you got Trent, mate, isn't it? He's probably one of the best.
Exactly.
Apart from obviously Kevin De Bruyne, both of them two, and obviously possibly James Ward-Prowse, those three are very good in the Premier League at such great dead ball set pieces. It's a massive set piece. It's so important to modern day teams anyway, as it has been in recent times in football. But we'll go on to the next goal, most importantly now as well, mate. Traveres, or whatever you call them anyway, don't really care. They're shocking left back, whatever his name is. This tremendous assist for Jota's goal, mate. And let us know what goes through his mind here, Doug, and everyone in chat. What's he doing?
I don't know. Is the honest answer? I honestly don't know. I mean, he comes inside and he basically, not literally. Don't quote me on that, honestly. But
we passed the watershed, so
yeah, I think we have anyway. But no, I think if you look at it, like, what is he doing? Like, he could easily pass this to Tomiyasu there. He's got Smith Rowe down to his left hand side. I don't know why he's going in the inner channel to play that ball straight to Jota, and then I mean,
he must have Liverpool on his Xhaka, mate. I don't know.
We have said so many times that Jota is a scorer, and my goodness me, the coolness, the composure to go past. I mean, he sent Ben White back to Brighton. He's sent Aaron Ramsdale back to Sheffield United. That goal is just fantastic and brilliant composure from Diogo Jota. And I have to say that he's just getting better and better and better. And this is the thing with him. If he adds goals to his game, he's going to be right up there, but for top scorer.
Yeah, most definitely, mate. Trent is the best right back in the world. Very much agree with that, Gary.
Fact.
Up the Reds. Love the assist on the second goal. The Gunners, they're firing blanks. You very much are, Paul. Very much are. Like, was it potato guns or something? He's a boyhood Liverpool supporter. No, he very much is, right? As you can see, and this next image should highlight, as Doug's already alluded to, Jota sending Ramsdale back to the relegation zone. I think, look
See how far
he is. Look where he is. Jota's not even put that in the back of the net. Oh, yeah. He's sent Ben White, and then he's pulled. That's world class composure in it, Reds.
Yeah, Tommy Ash is actually going to try and get to him, and he completely misses him.
Like he's so intelligent as a footballer, Reds, and it looks easy from obviously all of us, but if we'd done that in the back garden, I was saying to Doug, we tried that, we couldn't, because we haven't even got that much ability in our left toe as Jota has in both feet.
I mean, for me, he's the best Portuguese in the Premier League. Sorry, he just is. That's fact. He is. He is for me. Yeah, current form, definitely.
Yeah, I'm busy. I'm live. That was don't know what my mum wants. But yeah, we are live, Brenda. But we're going to the next goal. Tremendous Jota from there, won it, mate. And as you can see, the world-class ability from Jota. And I love this one, Doug. Reds at home. Let me know as well. Just before this, it was the Jota header, to get that ball on the halfway line. That very much makes this goal. Obviously, all three of them played tremendous, the main three. We'll speak about the midfield in a little bit. But what really highlighted this goal was, for me, the Jota header, Reds, and obviously this notion that the press always, when they get bored, Jota and Mane, Sadio and Mo dislike each other. No, they don't. Probably my moment of the match, Doug. Those two.
Yeah.
Hugging each other after that goal. What a tremendous goal that was. Still a difficult goal that to score there from that angle. Obviously, the speed in which it's going, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And Puro Tavares is the one that's actually trying to block the cross, because there's no sign of Gabriel and there's no sign of Ben White there as well. But I think you have to say it came from our own box as well. It was a lovely ball to Van Dijk. He plays to Fabinho. I think it's a Van Dijk ball. Fabinho header. And the ball's in the air, and I think Jota heads it, and then obviously Mane gets to it, and then obviously, Mane picks out Mo, which is a very, very simple finish. I mean, Mane, Jota, Salah, all three on the score sheet, really nice to see. And I think Mo deserved a goal as well. Everyone was saying, oh, he's on a 3-game goal drought. But not after today.
Yeah. It's almost alienish that we don't see him scoring. But as I said to you, Doug, and I think him and Sadio, they're that good. They're all, both of them are thinking 10, 15 steps ahead of any opposition defender. And sometimes they get lost under the feet sometimes, and they're just thinking so far ahead. And I think you just need to relax sometimes when you get in the box. But so Mo scored 11, 12 goals in the Premier League and got about 5, 6 assists already. So it's amazing. These three, and most importantly, is we'll speak about the final goal as well. It should be coming up. There we go. Trent's getting 2 assists, as you said, Doug. Was he robbed of a possible third? But he was tremendous going down the right hand lane. It's pointless describing Trent, because I think we could talk about last week's description of him. Obviously not the West Ham game, because we got beat there. But the other weeks before that, Taki coming on, Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah,
tactical switch. It paid off, did it?
It did. I'm absolutely made off for Taki. I really am, because I think that's his first Anfield goal as well, which is it's always nice to see. And look, it's a shame with Taki, because obviously, he's had to bide his time, and obviously the League Cup as well. He's had to bide his time, obviously being at Southampton as on loan as well. That didn't quite work out for him at Southampton, but whenever he plays this season, he's scored. I think was it at he's scored at Norwich. I think he scored at Preston as well. And I think he scored against, was it Osasuna in the friendly as well. So give the boy a chance. Give the boy a chance, and he will take it. And I mean, first touch, it's in the back of the net. In the back of the net. I mean, it's a lovely ball from Trent. And again, I have to question the goalkeeping there. Where is he going?
He's going to shop, Doug. That's where he's going. Like, I don't even know who's like the camera in the frame is paused, and whoever that left back is by Trent, I think is that like the flash or something because he's moving so quick.
That's Lacazette.
Is that Lacazette on his ass?
That's Lacazette.
It's like watching our defensive line against West Ham. Wait, what? Last it's all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tremendous goal, mate. And Reds, let us know your thoughts on Taki, especially if the lads do go to the AFCON. I think Taki's got a massive part to play in a lot of opportunities come this year. He will be a massive part, like Divock he will be. Elliott, when he does come back to full fitness, and any other players that are coming, even Ox, mate. And Andrew's hit the nail on the head. He was my man of the match, Doug. I don't know. Reds, get me your man of the matches in. Or as we said, there was a lot of good shouts. But for me, as Andrew said there, Thiago Class, also Ox deserves a lot of credit. He looks like the 17-18 version of himself. I'd very much concur with what Andrew's had to say there, mate. Ox, for me, he's benefiting off getting a lot of selections week in, week out over the last couple of weeks. As long as he stays injury-free, as we said, he could play a massive part for Liverpool this season, considering how injury-ravaged our midfield has been this season. And in recent seasons, obviously, Naby, I think Naby probably would be, after Fabinho, the first player on the team sheet in that midfield. But Ox, mate, for me, man of the match, it was what I loved about today's performance, Reds, most important, let me know your thoughts, was his availability in terms of getting into the half spaces, and wanting and getting the ball in the right areas, and even out of possession, Doug, as well. He was there. Against Brighton, he wasn't switched on enough, but in terms of what Klopp has been speaking to him about in recent weeks, and it showed evident tonight. I know it was against his former club, and his back would be raised even more in terms of getting that performance. But your thoughts on Ox, mate, and most importantly, the midfield?
I thought the midfield was brilliant tonight. Like you've got Fabinho hoovering up in midfield. You've got Thiago, who is probably the best passer I've ever seen of a footballer. I mean, my goodness me, the eye and the needle passes, just fantastic. Ronaldo, exactly. And then obviously you've got Ox, the driving runs from midfield, the tenacity from him as well. And actually, I thought defensive play as well. I thought he was excellent tonight. I really do think that Ox, if he can stay injury free, then I do think he has a lot to play this season. But yeah, for me, I was very impressed with Oxlade-Chamberlain. I was made up for him as well, because a lot of people have been saying that he's probably on the way out as well. But if you look at it, he was phenomenal tonight, and hopefully he can stay injury free, because I think there is a place for him in that midfield.
Yeah, if he plays like today, mate, and if he would you say salvage? As he probably would salvage, because I think salvage is a Liverpool career, because I think there was a lot of question marks hanging over his head this season. Because I think he probably was everyone's 5th, 6th, 7th choice midfield option, especially with Harvey Elliott getting selected over him, an 18-year-old. But if he puts in performances like he did tonight, and obviously in recent weeks, he could be knocking on Jurgen Klopp's door. And I think Jurgen Klopp will very much happily select him if he does continue with this upward trajectory in terms of his performance. But obviously, Reds, if you're wondering, as Helen said there, half 10 match of the day will be fantastic tonight, because Burnley scored 3 goals. Scored 3 goals. That's once in a blue moon. That was a Palace game. Obviously, the Reds were winning most importantly. And even seeing Sarr absolutely terrorise that back line. The red card, if you haven't seen from Manchester United and Maguire, it's worth staying up and watching that. Absolute £5 worth of centre half. I think £5 a bit too much for him anyway. But Yeah, I hope Maguire's first game. Comfortable win, as Chris said there. Same old story for us. Trays are dropping in, mate, versus Arsenal and Anfield. Just like previous meetings, up the Reds. Absolutely spot on there, mate. Said there, North, delighted for Taki into the Cup. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's the best thing you can say about that is the way that he finished as well, and it was on in front of the Cop as well. Yeah. That'll do him the world of confidence as well. I'd even say he's probably merited the start against Porto on Wednesday.
Yeah, very much so, mate. Barbara 4-0. What a game! What a game, Barbara. Hope everyone enjoyed it tonight. Pretty sure you all did. Brilliant team performance from everyone. Me and my dad said Ox just needs games to get his rhythm. 100 million %.
100%. 100%.
I think Liverpool, and most importantly, he will see the benefits of him playing a consistent level of performances. And I think he would have learned so much, as we said, from that Brighton game. He would have known it's difficult coming in and out of team selection. But as we said, we've seen from the level of performance Ox put in today. Mark, Jack lads, Green Rising and the Manx sinking like the Titanic. Happy weekend, Reds. Moyes just lost the title. Is the title football genius Bioli? Mark, I hope you enjoy Match of the Day and every single one. He's have a lovely weekends. Hopefully, Reds have put a smile on everyone's face, and I really do appreciate everyone for tuning in. Let's get to all your last comments before we do shoot off. Virgil van Dijk for Ginny was his man in the match. What a performance he did put in. Trent and Fabinho were excellent too. Very much so. Pigs are flying.
Yeah, I'm gonna say now Fabinho is my man of the match. He never allowed Arsenal to get through our midfield. How many times were they playing the ball out wide? How many times were they like putting long balls to like Lacazette and Aubameyang? I thought Fabinho was excellent, and there was one counter attack where he basically, I think he's got Lacazette and Aubameyang to deal with, and he just comes from nowhere. 3-on-1, and he comes from absolutely nowhere and just clears the ball. That's the Fabinho that we all know that we got from Monaco, and yeah, I think Fabinho is one of the first names on the team sheet anyway. So good. Muted.
Oh yeah,
he's done it again.
I've done it again. Not even on my own show. He's done it again. What I was saying was, Chris's comment. Pigs are flying. Burnley scoring 3 goals. I was going to say Chris before I'm using myself. It's a very rare sight. Gary. Oh, let's all laugh at United. But I tell you, if we wake up tomorrow and Ollie is Manchester United's manager, he's never going to leave that football club, which is going to be fantastic. The best moment for him to get sacked would have been the Liverpool game, because you don't do that against Liverpool's one team in real football.
No.
But he's not moving, Doug, is he?
No,
I think 4-1 we should keep Ollie. Yeah, very much so.
I for one think they should keep Ollie.
Yeah, let's get to all your comments. Liverpool's won 3 points again. They are absolutely flying.
They are.
Go ahead, girls. They're absolutely smashing, aren't they? Fantastic news. Ollie at the wheel. Lots of contenders for man of the match. Very much agree with there. He's still there, thank God. But we've mentioned the midfield. Tremendous. Forward 3. Ridiculous. Trent, we've mentioned. Kostas, the Greek Scouser. He's still unbeaten. And I don't think he's conceded a goal when he's played for Liverpool this season, which is tremendous.
Yeah.
Ali.
And also, I think that was Alisson's 50th clean sheet for Liverpool as well.
Yeah. I think that was Trent's 51st or 52nd assist of his short Liverpool career, which is staggering, which is crazy. He's probably only about 20-odd assists behind Paul Scholes, and he's a right back. Just saying. And Trent's only about 23 as well. I know everyone goes, Scholes, he's won loads of Premier League titles, but I'm pretty sure when Trent retires, he'll have not just one Premier League title, he'll have quite a lot of Premier Leagues. But Reds,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, Doug's, most importantly, thank you very much for coming on, mate. The Dugout Football channel, make sure you head over, subscribe. But Reds, enjoy your match of the day. It's on an R3. Get a cup of tea. get a bevy, whatever, relax.
Saturday night. That's a late. That is a very late match of the day.
10:30. I'm looking at so many numbers here on my screen. So 12:30. There we go. At least Doug's here to look after me, aren't you, mate? As always. But thank you very much for coming on, Doug, and everyone in the comment section below. Thank you for staying tuned, for tuning in and dropping in as always. Really do appreciate it. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow for another episode. See you later, Reds. Cheers, Doug.
Get in.
Up the Reds.
Up the Reds.